So we're going to focus a little bit more on some strength and some stability work this week. So again, given the sort of smaller amounts of time, we've got to be sort of quite selective in what we do. So what I'd rather do is, for the first few sessions, is give us a bit of an introduction to some themes, and then, because everyone has kind of slightly different goals as well. So someone who's maybe carrying a bit more muscular tightness might go, actually, the stuff from session 1, the foam rolling, was a bit more relevant to me, so I'm going to focus more on that. Someone else might have more sort of strength orientated goals. They might think, I want a little bit more strength training, so I'm going to focus more on the stuff that we did in this session. So I think what I'm going to try and do is give you a little bit of a variety. Okay, so we're going to go through a couple of different stations, and then I think what I'd like to do, if we get the time, is to have one person working on each of the stations. Once we get started, I'm going to demonstrate the stations first of all, and then I can just float around and we can almost work on a circuit basis. So have someone here, someone here, someone here, and we just work around a couple of sets of each thing. Okay? So legs, midsection, core, and then upper body. So 3 broad areas. So when you're coming into the gym, you might go, right, if I'm training 4 days a week, for example, this would be strength training 4 days a week. I might do, one day would be a leg session, other day might be an upper body session, and then I might repeat those 2 days. So upper body, lower body, upper body, lower body. That's one way of doing it. There's no right or wrong. So what I do with Gert sometimes is that we do full body, and that again works quite well. If you maybe only come once a week or twice a week, you kind of want to hit everything each workout. So for example, that whole session you might do an exercise for upper body, an exercise for lower body, and an exercise for core. And that's kind of typical what we do, and I think it works quite well, because then even if you only get that one gym session done in the week, and something happens because life gets in the way and you don't have time to do any other gym sessions, at least you know you've got all of those body parts trained. Okay, so there's different ways of doing it. There's no right or wrong. To make things just a little bit more complex, I'm going to break it down further. So with our upper body, 2 very broad ways of thinking about it is that you've got upper body push exercises, and you can push in a horizontal plane, and you can push in a vertical plane. And you've got upper body pulling or rowing exercises, and you can row in a horizontal plane, and you can row in a vertical plane. So within the upper body, we've got 4 kind of smaller categories to think about. Upper body push, like a push-up, shoulder press. Upper body pull, like a row. Vertical, like a pull-up. 4 categories. So we come over here, as I want. So to make it quite easily, I'm going to be in a relatively upright position, and all I'm going to do is pull myself. I'm pulling my chest up towards the handles. My whole body is staying nice and straight. To make it more difficult, I can just walk myself down. Okay, and then more difficult still would be me going lower. So the more upright I am, the more easy. The closer I get to the horizontal, the more difficult, because I'm working harder against gravity. Okay, straight arms, pulling your chest up to the handles. Okay. The weight actually makes it a little bit easier, because it means that the weight can counterbalance my movement. Okay, I can use a box or I can not use a box. It's a little bit up to you. You want to be over the corner of the box, have the weight in front of you. Imagine you're sitting down onto a chair, pushing your knees wide, keeping your feet glued to the floor. Okay, hips back, knees wide, feet glued to the floor, all the way down to the box. Stand up. This makes it easy because I want my hips to move back. This acts as a counterbalance. Down, up. It's a very, very hip dominant movement, not a knee dominant movement. Okay? Be focused on this exercise. This probably needs the most assistance, or someone watching you. Lie back into position. Start by the chest, head back, push, tap, tap the chest, tap at the top, tap the chest, feet driven into the floor. Okay? We're going to aim to do 10 reps of each circle. I'm going to start on the flat side, so it's unstable. Use this to hold on to. Okay? Stand on one leg, and then when you're comfortable, just take your hand away. I'm just going to try and hold that. Try not to shake my hand. Okay, and then if you need to, just hold on again. I'm going to aim to do about 30 seconds on each leg. What's up there? Okay?
Alright, so we're going to go through the same 2 exercises, so the banded wall climbs again and the banded side steps. We're also going to add in another exercise, which I'll demonstrate now. I'll go through all the others just as a refresher in case anyone's forgotten it. So this one's going to be a fire hydrant drill. So you'll come up against the wall like this, hands out straight against the wall. So just to make it nice and simple, so you can keep a little bit of weight against the wall, so you're kind of leaning into it a bit. And then you're going to come out to the side like this. You'll come forwards, back like that, and then you'll reset yourself, out to the side, forwards, back. If anyone's struggling to get out to the side part, which is fine, it will just be a simple up and back. And if that's still an issue, then just a simple up and down. And you'll do 5 each side. Same with the banded wall climbs. Wrist over the elbows, back shoulder width apart. We're going to walk up like this, and then we'll walk back down like that. Cool, 5 reps, take a little bit of a rest, shake the shoulders out, get rid of the burn, and then another 5 reps. So about hip width apart, knees over the ankles, and the main thing that I want you to focus on this week, the little line with the tiles here, I want you to try and follow that all the way to the end, and make sure the toes are staying as straight as possible or slightly turned in. So it'll be like this, all the way to the end, face the same way. Cool.